Hello, it's Jess. Planning a trip to Disneyland Paris for the first time can feel a little daunting, so here's my top tips for you. Tip number 1. Check the availability at the Disney parks. This is for those who have undated tickets and passes. In addition to buying the tickets, you also need to register on their online registration platform for the dates that you want to go into the parks to ensure admission into the Disney parks. Definitely do a quick check before buying your tickets and then register sooner rather than later, as they do have dates where the parks are full. When do you not need to register? If you booked a hotel and ticket package directly from Disneyland Paris or their partner operators, then you don't need to register as well. Tip number 2. Download the Disneyland Paris app. This app is your new best friend. There's so much information on the app. You can find out the queue times for the attractions, you can make reservations for the restaurants, as well as book the Hero Training Center. Definitely remember to link your booking to the app before you book the Hero Training Center. I would do it well in advance because at the 10 o'clock or 2 p.m., you just need to be very quick to get a slot. Tip number 3. Research restaurants and make reservations. There are some amazingly themed restaurants at Disneyland Paris. For example, the Ratatouille restaurant or Walt's restaurant. I would definitely recommend checking them out, seeing if you're interested, and then making reservations because some of them are very popular and book up very quickly. There are also some restaurants that don't require reservations, and if you're looking for the Mickey Mouse shaped pizzas, check out the short I made which has the locations. Tip number 4. Don't forget the magical shows and parades. The attractions are amazing, don't get me wrong, but the shows are fantastic too. They're pretty much like a musical in 30 minutes, and you can rest your tired feet. I highly recommend the Mickey and the Magician show in the Walt Disney Studios Park. It's fantastic, it's just so great. And another tip for you is, if you're on the app or whilst you're making your booking to go to Disneyland Paris, it might say secure your seat for the show and you have to pay like £13.60 for it. The show is actually free, so as long as you have a valid ticket into the Disney park where the show is taking place, then you can go in for free. I do recommend queuing before the show time so you can make sure you have a seat though to avoid disappointment. To find out more about the rides at Disneyland Paris, don't forget to check out my top 10 rides at Disneyland Paris video. Tip number 5. Wear comfortable shoes. You spend a lot of time walking around in the parks as you explore the different themed lands and queuing for the rides, so make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes. Tip number 6. Consider other ways to meet characters apart from queuing in the Disney parks. Queue times to meet Mickey Mouse inside the park can take a very long time. To save time, you might want to do character dining at Plaza Gardens or at Auberge de Cendrillon. If you go for the breakfast character dining slot, the 8:15 a.m. slot is reserved for guests staying at the Disney hotels, Infinity, and Magic Plus annual pass holders. All guests are welcome at the 9:45 a.m. slot. And here's a bonus tip for you. Confusingly, on the app, you actually need to choose the character dining at Plaza Garden restaurant option rather than the Plaza Gardens restaurant option. And the pricing is different. So during the day, there are times at the restaurant when there isn't character dining, so between 12 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. And another way to meet the characters is if you're staying at a Disney hotel, they have character meet and greet in the evening at the hotel, which the queues are a lot shorter. Alternatively, you can virtually queue for the Hero Training Center meet and greet, which is fabulous because you can then go on other rides in the meantime. We have tried it a few times. One time it was a 3-hour virtual wait, and another day it was only 45 minutes, so it really depends. Tip number 7. Familiarize with Premier Access. Depending on your budget and the amount of time you're staying in the parks, it may be worth using Premier Access. I'll be doing a video on whether Premier Access is worth it, so don't forget to subscribe. Tip number 8. Use Extra Magic Time. Extra Magic Time is one of the benefits of staying in the Disney hotels, as you can enter the parks before the official park opening times. When we used the Extra Magic Time for Ratatouille, it was basically walk on, and so is Space Mountain, so you really save a lot of time. The queue times for Peter Pan is also a lot shorter if you go when early Magic Time starts. Tip number 9. For Disney hotel guests, arrive before check-in and store luggage for free at the hotel. Once you've checked in at reception, they'll give you your park tickets and you can head straight there. You can then get a text for your room number, so at the end of the day there's no need to go back to reception, just head straight to your room. Tip number 10. Bring a portable phone charger and check you have lots of phone storage. You might be using the Disneyland Paris app a lot every day and also taking lots of photos and videos, which means you might quickly run out of phone battery or storage. Tip number 11. Ride a switch. This is great because if you've got a child who cannot go on the adult ride, this lets parents take turns to go on the rides. So one parent can accompany the child whilst the other goes on the ride, and then when they finish they can swap so they don't have to queue twice. Tip number 12. Don't forget to visit the dragon under the castle and also just explore the castle. It's really stunning. The stained glass is amazing. I really recommend it. If you want more tips, check out this video. Don't forget to check out my top 10 rides at Disneyland Paris video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos.